In the figure, the graph of the parabola f intersecting the x-axis at a and 0 and 2 and 0 is given. Furthermore, a quadrant b is the coordinate of the turning point of the curve of f, while its point of intersection with the y-axis is 0 and 6. The point k and 6 lies on the curve of f. Determine the value of k. Right, so we're looking for this k. One property of a parabolic function is that it is symmetric about its turning point. What does that mean? It means if I were to come and cut this function in half like this half would mirror this half, right? So that is what we mean by symmetric about the turning point. So now it means if we know that the distance from here to here is 1 over 4 units, because we know that it's on the same line, because y is 6 on both points. So if y is 6 on both points, we know that it's a straight line that is parallel to the x-axis. If we know that the distance from this point to the center is 1 over 4 units, this should tell us that the distance from the center to k should also be 1 over 4 units, because we just established that they mirror each other, right? So 1 over 4 units, this means that k should just be 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4. So in other words, k is just 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4, which is 2 over 4, which is 1 over 2. Determine the value of a. Again, we use a similar method. We know that the distance from here to here, this distance, is equal to the distance from here to here. So what we need to find now is to find this distance from the center to 2, so that we can find the distance from center to a, and we get our a. Let me erase this. We know that from point O to the center, that is 1 over 4 units, because we've established that. So from the origin to the center, that's 1 over 4 units. And to get from the center to 2, it's just 2 minus 1 over 4. And 2 minus 1 over 4 is the same as 8 over 4 minus 1 over 4, which is 7 over 4. So this is 7 over 4 units. This tells us that this should be 7 over 4 units, but in a different direction, right? So in the opposite direction. So it's 7 over 4 units from the center to 2. And we also need to get 7 over 4 units from the center to a, but in opposite direction. What does that mean? It means that to find a, we need to add this 1 over 4 from the center and to add an unknown distance, but in opposite direction, because look at this. This is a negative x direction, and this should give us 7 over 4 units, like that. So if we are going to solve for x, this is just going to be x is equal to 1 over 4 minus 7 over 4, which is the same as negative 6 over 4, which means x is negative 3 over 2. So if x is negative 3 over 2, this means that our a is also negative 3 over 2, because we moved negative 3 over 2 units from the origin. I hope that makes sense. So a is negative 3 over 2. Determine the value of b. Show necessary calculation. To find the value of b, we are going to find the equation of this graph. What we have is f of x being equal to, now what are we going to use in this case? We're going to use a formula that allows us to insert the roots that we have, right? So in other words, we're going to use this formula, x minus r1, that's for root 1, x minus r2, that's for the second root. Now let us insert our roots. So f of x being equal to a. X, what is our first root? Our first root is negative 3 over 2, but will become positive 3 over 2 because the negative will cancel. So there's 3 over 2. X, our second root is 2, but it will become minus 2 because the negative will multiply. Now we are left with only finding a. So to find a, we're going to take any point that is on the graph. So I prefer that we take 0 and 6. So in other words, our y is 6 and our x is 0. So 3 over 2, 0, minus 2. This is just going to be a 3 over 2 minus 2 over 1. 2 and 2 will cancel out, but the minus will multiply to 3. So in other words, this is the same as 6 being equal to minus 3a. So we need to leave a alone. So we have that, and a is minus 2. So this makes sense that a is a negative 2 because our function is frowning. So if you got a positive answer here, you should question yourself. We now have our a, so we can create our equation of this. So we now know that f of x is equal to a, which is minus 2, x plus 3 over 2, x minus 2. So to find b, we know that at the turning point, our x value is 1 over 4. So in other words, we are actually looking for y, which is b. So minus 2, we substitute x as 1 over 4 plus 3 over 2, 1 over 4 minus 2. And you insert this in your calculator, and I'm sure you're going to get 49 over 8. So if my answer is incorrect, you can say it in the comments and I'll see where I went wrong, because it's possible to just punch crazy numbers. Right, so b equal 49 over 8, like that. The equation of the tangent to the curve of f at point 0 and 6. Let me just try to erase this. So to get the tangent at that, we'll try to find some derivative at that point that they told us about. To find the derivative, we need to write our function in the form ax squared bx plus c. So let me just quickly multiply out and see you in a second. So our f of x is equal to minus 2x squared plus x plus 6. So to get an equation of a tangent, to get the gradient at that tangent, so we can just say f prime x is equal to negative 4x plus 1. So it's at point 0 and 6, so we just want to say f prime at 0, which is negative 4, 0 plus 1, which is just 1. So it means the gradient is 1. Now y minus y1 equal to mx minus x1. Our y1 is 6, so minus 6, gradient 1, x and 0, like that. So let's take 6 to the other side. 1 times x, that's x, and then that's just 0. And we take 6 to the other side, that's y equal to x plus 6. This is the equation of the tangent to the curve of f at point 0 and 6.